Good morning, everyone. My name is Mohamed ABDELNABI, and today I would like to introduce our topic, which is student unproductivity caused by lack of motivation. Student productivity has a strong influence on an academic performance and personal success at university. Students who are actively engaged in their study are more likely to develop an important skill that can help them in their future career. Productive students are usually participate more actively in classroom discussion, complete the assignment on time, and also take a learning opportunity provided by university. These habits can help students not only to improve academic skills but also personal and professional development. However, many higher education institutions are experiencing student unproductivity. This can be seen through a poor participation, a lack of commitment to academic responsibility. This issue has become a growing concern because student engagement is closely connected to learning outcome. When a student is less involved in their study, this may struggle to achieve their academic goal and also miss opportunity to learn an important skills. According to AMRAN and ABDALLA, motivation plays an important role in encouraging the student to take responsibility about their education and also join to meaningful learning experience. In contrast, low motivation can reduce student productivity and also negatively affect on a personal growth. In this presentation, we will discuss about causes and effects of student unproductivity and see how can social responsibility program help to improve student engagement and productivity. I have come to the end of my presentation. Now I would like to hand it over to the next presenter who will explain about the causes and effects of student unproductivity. Thank you for your listening.
Assalamu alaikum and greeting everyone. My name is Mohamed from Group 4 and I will explain about the description of the problem. I will focus mainly on the causes and effects of students' unproductivity. First of all, one major cause of student unproductivity is low student motivation. When students don't feel motivated, they are less likely to find meaning and purpose in their academic activities. Because of this, they may attend the lecture physically, but they still don't engage properly with the lesson or task given to them. In other words, their participations become weak because they don't feel connected to what they are learning. Another major cause is the lack of meaningful learning activities that are connected to the real world. When students feel that classroom learning is too disconnected from practical life, they may lose interest more easily. This also prevents them from developing important interpersonal skills that are difficult to gain through conventional teaching methods alone. As a result, students become less productive because they don't see how their learning is useful beyond the classroom. In addition, passive learning methods also contribute to this problem. Passive learning usually depends too much on direct instructions, where students mainly listen instead of interacting, discussing, or applying knowledge. Compared to this, active learning is usually much more effective because it encourages meaningful discussion, interaction between peers, and collaborative construction of knowledge. So, when students are mostly taught through passive learning techniques, they become less motivated and less engaged with their academic activities. This problem also creates several negative effects on students. Firstly, students' unproductivity negatively affects learning quality. When students are not actively involved in their academic activities, their understanding of the lecture material becomes weaker, and they may have difficulties retaining information. This means that weak participation does not only affect classroom performance in the short term, but it can also reduce how much students actually understand and remember from their lecture. Another important effect is weaker learning quality caused by low motivation. Students who lack motivation are less likely to engage deeply in their academic tasks, while students who are internally motivated usually show stronger participation. This means that there is a clear connection between motivation and the quality of learning. If students are not motivated, their learning becomes more passive, shallow, and less effective. Finally, Students' unproductivity may also weaken communication and collaboration skills. When students have limited opportunity for practical learning, their motivation and self-efficacy may decrease. Because of this, they may not develop important interpersonal skills properly. This is a serious effect because communication and collaboration skills are not only important in university, but also very important in future professional life. Overall, student unproductivity is mainly caused by low motivation, passive learning approaches, and the lack of meaningful learning activities that are connected to the real world. At the same time, it negatively affects student understanding, retention, learning quality, and important interpersonal skills such as communication and collaboration. That's all from the description of the problem. Next, the presentation will move on to the proposed solution.
Assalamualaikum and good morning everyone. My name is Muhammad Hasif bin Muhammad Amran. Now, I will present our proposed solution to address student unproductivity, which is social responsibility program. The first strategy is to blend community service with academics. Students can participate in activity such as educational workshop, environmental campaign, or community project related to their course. This helps them apply classroom knowledge in real life situation and increase their motivation to learn. The second strategy is to partner with local organizations. Universities can collaborate with school, NGOs, and community center to provide students with meaningful experience. Through this partnership, students can improve their communication, teamwork, and leadership skill. Lastly, the third strategy is to allow students to lead public awareness program. For example, they can organize campaign on environmental issue, health awareness, or social welfare. Taking leadership role helps students become more responsible, confident, and actively engaged. Overall, this solution can increase student motivation, strengthen academic engagement, and help students develop valuable skills for their future career.
Thank you, Hasif, for giving us a clear overview of how this strategy works. A very good day to my lecturers. My name is Mohamed Amir. So today I will talk about the key benefits of adding social responsibility program to our campus, and then we'll also give an honest look at the downside and the benefits. Let's start with the massive positive impact, which are our key benefits. Why should university invest precious time and money into this specific solution? First, it allows students to gain invaluable hands-on real-world experience. Right now, it is well known that passive learning, like just sitting and listening to lectures, can actually limit a student's ability to remember information. It also will hurt their personal growth and makes it hard to develop basic talking or teamwork skill. So, by stepping completely out of classroom and actually running real public awareness campaign, students aren't just reading about theories anymore. They are practicing them in real time. They learn how to handle real responsibility, work together in team, and talk directly to the public. So this turn textbook ideas into a useful lifelong skill. Second, this direct connection to the community drastically boosts student motivation. We know that a lack of motivation is the main reason why students become lazy or disconnected from their study. When students realize that their hard work isn't just for a grade, but is actually solving a real community issue, their inner drive will skyrocket. They shift They will shift from being passive listeners who just sit through class to highly driven, active individuals who find real meaning and purpose in their university work. Finally, this strategy will deep community pride. There is a unique powerful sense of accomplishment that come from seeing a big project you manage succeed in the real world. Despite create a positive circle of hard work. It replaces academic laziness with a positive mindset that will benefit the student long after graduation, which helping them become a successful workers and responsible leaders in the future. Now, a truly practical and honest proposal cannot just look at the good thing. We must look at the both side of the coin and address the downside and the risk. So, the major disadvantage we found is that throwing unmotivated or disconnected student straight into big project can actually cause high stress. If a project is not carefully organized and planned step, the sheer amount of real work can feel completely overwhelming. Instead of building confidence, a messy project might actually cause struggling students to shut down, panic, and even lose their self-belief entirely. So how do we fix this? So this proposal include a strict mandatory safety net, which is continuous lecturer mentorship. To make this solution work and last over time, lecturer must step in as active supportive mentor from start to finish. For example, lecturers must guide students group step by step, helping them organize tasks, set realistic goals, and manage their time efficiently. Most importantly, lecturers should refrain from overwhelming them with too much academic pressure or harsh criticism. By providing this structured safety net, we ensure that the project remains an encouraging learning journey rather than a source of anxiety.
Assalamualaikum and hi. My name is Mohamed DANISH and I would like to conclude our oral presentation. In conclusion, student unproductivity is closely related to low motivation and passive learning. When students are not motivated, they may become less interested in participating in academic activities. This can affect their learning performance, confidence, and personal growth. Based on this report, low motivation can make students less active in class, while passive learning can reduce their ability to understand, remember, communicate, and work together as a team. To overcome this issue, universities can include community service learning and social responsibility programs as part of academic learning. Through these programs, students are able to apply what they have learned in class to real-life situations. This can help students become more engaged, responsible, and motivated. In the future, these experiences can also help them build useful skills for their careers and allow them to contribute positively to the community. That's all from me. Thank you.